Nigeria is asking neighboring African countries to collaborate to fight insurgents ravaging some parts of the nation. Senate President David Mark and the Deputy Speaker House of Representatives Emeka Ihedioha are canvassing this position at the ongoing 130th Inter-Parliamentary Union Conference in Geneva, Switzerland. Now, IPU member countries are also concerned about the growing cases of terrorism across the globe, and they warn that terrorism, if not addressed, poses a serious threat to global peace and development. Our correspondent, Linda Akiwe, reports.
Renewing commitment to peace and democracy and ensuring a nuclear-free world top the agenda as the 130th Inter-Parliamentary Union Assembly begins in Geneva. The Assembly is coming at a time of continued conflict and war in different parts of the world and increasing terrorist activities in Nigeria. So what role should parliamentarians play in promoting peace and stability across the world, and how can they protect the rights of children in war and conflict? These are some of the questions this Assembly meeting hopefully will find answers to. The outgoing Secretary General of the IPU, lasting peace and security across the world can only be achieved through inclusive and participatory processes.
The IPU sent trial observers. It went on missions to talk to leaders in countries about how best to resolve situations involving different forms of violations of the rights of MPs and their human rights.
The outgoing IPU president condemned terrorism in all its ramifications and asked parliamentarians to take a stand in addressing issues that promote conflict. The Director General of the United Nations office in Geneva, on his part, warns parliamentarians to make a firm commitment to disarmament.
I take this opportunity to ask you to facilitate an early entry into force of those disarmament agreements that are still pending. These include the Comprehensive Nuclear Test Ban Treaty, the CTBT, and the Arms Trade Treaty, the Landmark Treaty, which was adopted last year to help regulate the trade in small arms and light weapons that are the weapons of choice in the armed conflicts raging across the world today.
The agenda for this assembly is timely. It is at a time when Nigeria is battling terrorism.
Peace really is the core issue here. And the focus, as you've heard speakers, speaker after speaker, is on democracy and peace. We believe that democracy will necessarily ensure that there is peace, because everybody's views will be taken into consideration. That's why I've consistently insisted that those who have grievances must come out and let us know what the grievances are, because it could help us in the legislation that we'll do in the National Assembly.
The Senate President, Senator David Mark, will be addressing the Inter-Parliamentary Union Assembly on Wednesday, and he will most likely be speaking on efforts Nigeria has been making so far to tackle insurgency. From Geneva, Switzerland, Linda Akibe, Channels Television News.